Well, all right, here we go again. I'm just going to plug in. Hopefully, this sounds a little bit better. Like I said, I purchased this on Amazon, this high quality microphone for $7. So hopefully it works. Okay, now we're getting to the concept of establishing success routines. Yes, routines. We have to build in these structures and expect that our children, our students follow these structures, right? Every single component or aspect of life has routines. So I just came back from a trip away. We're out of the country. I come back in. I have to go through customs. I have two kids with me. I have some other adults with me. And oh man, we want to go through this process as quickly and as successfully as possible. What do we do? Well, we have to find out what those expectations are, but they're there. Same as in a classroom situation. The kids in the class are looking for how to get the most out of your class. They want to know, how can I pick up on whatever content I'm supposed to learn? How am I going to be assessed for it? What is expected from me from the moment I get to that door to the moment I exit that door? All right, so we're going to talk about this. It's time well invested to create expectations around all of your norms, your procedures, and your rules. The way that you organize your classroom, it's going to tell them a story about you. Are you to be taken seriously? Do you really care? And folks, quite honestly, that is the number one question on our children's minds. Does that teacher give a darn about me? Or are they there because it's a job, because they've got to pay the bills, and they're going to be, I don't know, just doing the minimum amount, and that's not good enough. So, are you equipped for this? Can you do this? Keep them safe, secure, mentally secure, stimulated, or are you chaotic? Are you a laissez-faire kind of a person? Are you more participatory and collaborative? Are you very authoritarian? Are you a transactional? You do this and I'll do that. If you do this for me, I'll do that for you. Or are you a transformational kind of a teacher? Somebody who says, I'm going to take you from this level and I'm going to, with that, and other thing, we're going to bring you to that next level. All right. These are the kinds of things you have to soul search for yourself. Okay, the next slide is going to give us the first 7 of 22 success routines. You're going to want to create a figure or a visual or something that's going to track your routine so that the kids are going to be aware of what these routines are. You're going to want to refer to them. You're going to want to maybe post them. You're going to want to maybe hand them out. Talk to the parents about them. Talk to your success team about them. All right, so here we go with our first 7 success routines. Every one of them matters. What are students supposed to do before they enter your classroom? Emphasis on before they enter. Remember before we talked about your demeanor, your posture, your voice tone, and what are you trying to do is you're trying to settle the noise. You're trying to change the tempo and create a mindset that's ready. Ready for what? Ready for learning. How do students enter your classroom? What's the process? Does everybody wait outside and line up against the lockers? Is there another teacher that brings them to your classroom and they have to wait in a certain way for a moment or two before they get? Does everybody just plow right in? Well, hopefully not. Number 3, what is the process for entering late? This is a big one for a lot of us. Okay, so entering late by 30 seconds, well, that's a little bit different. Under 3 minutes, well, what are your school's policies and procedures? Are you holding to those policies and procedures that are there for you? They're there to help you manage your classroom. You don't have to be the cool girl. You don't have to be the cool guy. Do the right thing. It'll benefit them. It'll benefit you. What about 10 minutes late? 15 minutes late? What are we doing in these scenarios? Hopefully we're following whatever those school rules are. We're communicating to the parents. We're communicating to counselors if need be, child study team if need be, vice principals, assistant principals, or the principal, or whoever may be in charge, a dean. But we have to use our success team and get those students to get to your classroom on time. Or what happens if a student departs early without permission? This happens all the time. Number 5. All right, so they seem to feel that for whatever reason the lesson is over. It isn't, and start to, begin to put things away. What happens in those moments, right? Is there a policy in place there at the school level for that as well? Have you created a classroom policy? Or maybe it's only 1 or 2 kids that are really the ones that are doing this. And have you come up with a specific rubric for them that they have to work on those things? And then you have to think about departing early. If it's 60 seconds, 5 minutes, 10, 15 minutes as well. And what does that look like? And what are all of those consequences, but also incentives to stay? We're going to talk about incentives and nudges down the road, and there's going to be a great talk about that. 6, excessive time for visit to the nurse or the bathroom. What's the routine for that? Have we defined one? Number 7, how do students submit assignments? Is it willy-nilly? Is there a particular place? Is there a folder online? Is there a certain time in which, if we've exceeded that time, we can no longer submit an assignment? So these are the first 7, and we're going to get to the next 7. I'm going to pause this slide. Hopefully this stuff is helping you guys. Thanks a lot.